Lately, I've had a part-time job where I basically just fucking like polish cutlery and do like fuck all. And I remember I was grinding for 4 hours, literally non-stop doing a task of like cleaning some shit. And I still remember, like, this is a fucking bit of a shit job, right? But anything was better than being back at school when I was that guy where no one respected him. Being lonely is like a bad kind of difficult, where you're not really improving on anything in your life. You're just experiencing pain and like no upside. Going to the gym, it's painful, but you're gonna get jacked, you're gonna be healthy, you're gonna make more friends, ironically. Like, that is actually valuable to your life. And so I'm gonna help you escape like the loneliness trap. And I'm Finn. I help young guys make good friends. And if you want more social skills videos on how I made a lot of good friends, you can just watch some of the other videos, have a vlog, whatever, bro. Subscribe if you like that kind of content. Comment on your experience or advice if you have any experience. And let me get in the video. I'm just gonna explain the transformation from being that really weird kid to not really being anymore, and the biggest 3 lessons I've learned. A few weeks ago, I met this guy who I really liked, and I was like, yo bro, you gotta come hang out. Like, we gotta go to the horse races. That's a common event that in Hong Kong. And we were like, yeah, let's do it. And then one day before I messaged him, I was like, yo bro, can you come? He didn't respond. The next day I messaged again, I was like, yo bro, are we going? So this is like, he's basically messages me, he's like, yo bro, I completely forgot, I'm super sorry. I'm not even in Hong Kong. But literally the next week he was like, all right, let's do it next week. Next week, he did pull up. He's a really good guy. I had a fucking amazing time with him. He was really nice, really interesting. He was on my vlog actually, very briefly. This all happened because I just didn't get insecure, oh, this guy couldn't hang out this one time. When you stop always assuming, oh, this person doesn't like me, you stop always negatively overthinking. Why don't you just start positively overthinking for once? Since my mindsets evolved, when he didn't respond, I assumed, like at first my instinct was, oh, he doesn't like me. But then I was like, okay, but then why is he even responding? Like, why is he being nice? I just assumed, no, he does like me. I'm a fun person. And with that mindset, you actually like go and you say, all right, well, let's hang out another time. You suggest another time instead of being insecure because the other person was busy or didn't communicate clearly. And then I ended up hanging out with him and becoming a lot closer with this guy who I can really relate to well, is in the gym. I really respect him. So assume that everybody likes you and logically remind yourself of that, just to pretend that everyone likes you. Because the thing is, bro, sometimes when I know that there's been some guys who've talked shit about me and I've heard it, but I've just gone up to them and pretended like, oh, that's not true. They like me. And I've been super friendly anyways. If you just assume someone likes you, then they end up actually liking you because you come across as super friendly, super nice to them, and they realize, oh, maybe I was just being a dickhead. Whereas before I would just, if I heard someone didn't like me, I wouldn't bother to speak to them. I'd stay out their way. But that would make sure that they would never come around to me because they would never see like the good side of my personality. So just keep logically reminding yourself, I might as well be overconfident. The next thing is, there's this guy I met at my boxing gym. Actually, the first person I met in the boxing gym, in the locker. I had a little conversation with him, but he was quite quiet. Now, I didn't think that he didn't like me, but it was easy for me to assume this guy didn't like me. I remember when we were sitting doing our hand wraps for boxing, I turned to my left and I'm like, yo, I'm asking him these questions, and it's basically like a one-sided response. I'm not like interviewing him or anything, but he like says a little bit and then he goes like pretty silent. And I low-key could relate to this. I used to go silent in conversations and not have anything to say all the time before. But I know that silence is chill, so I just took a deep breath. And eventually, over like a few weeks of getting to know this guy, we started getting closer and closer. And he actually he was like, yo bro, can I come to horse races with you next Wednesday? Which is like something that I've really been fucking with lately. I did this experiment because it's the only social event where you're not clubbing. And so I really fucked with it in that aspect where if you be social enough and you go to this event, you can meet a lot of people, and it's not all necessarily like clubbing people. It's like you can meet some like really nice people, some people who just went for a drink, some people who just like, oh, their friend invited them. So that's one of the things I fucked with about this event. But like when we actually went together, we met this group of girls that I knew. I went around with him. I introduced him. Like, he was coming with me the whole night. He met so many of my friends. But we became 1,000 times closer. We did this, like, how are you method, which, on another side point, this is a lesson of itself. Before you go to a social event, when you're walking through the street, how are you, mate? How are you, mate? Do that. How are you, mate? You look people in the eye, you smile. Even if they don't respond, it really doesn't fucking... I don't think many people responded to me. It's Asia. In like Western countries, they definitely respond more. But like... Anyways, the whole point is that I didn't really give a shit whether anyone responded. I just wanted to be socially warm for when I go to the social event, so it's easy to talk to people. And that's exactly what happened. I felt incredibly social. I was genuinely like dancing in front of everybody. It was the best fucking night out at the races I'd had in months, just because I did the how are you technique. And I was fully honest with my friend about it. He was helping me film some stuff. We were like... What the lesson I relearned is you should just really fucking try and invite as many people to do things, because even if they say no and you're not that close with them, but you invite them to do something, you can become so fucking close with somebody so quickly. Like this guy, we're hanging out tomorrow, Saturday, next Wednesday, and then like we've got like 4 plans and we haven't even gotten to like, bro, you know what I mean? Like there's so much that we want to do together. As soon as we clicked, it was like when you meet somebody you really fuck with, you've invited them to come out and you're actually quite similar. And then you have like a bonding experience like that. All of a sudden, you guys become super close friends. It's a really special feeling. You really do just need one right-hand man, some guy who's like down to go out just as much as you. Because I have a best friend, but he doesn't go out nearly as much as me at the moment. And when he does, it's fucking great. But when he doesn't go out, it's like, it kind of brings me back to the point where I'm like, obviously I have a lot of friends in my city that I live in, so I'm completely chill. I haven't really noticed too much of a difference with like in terms of going to social events, but I've noticed that like he was my right-hand man. He was the guy that I told him everything I knew about social skills. We had all these stories and experiences and we've gone so close. He was my guy, and you need that guy. And now that I don't really have him, I kind of need somebody else to come out with me. Obviously no one's going to replace my best friend, but like you want somebody you want to have like a good bunch of different good friends, because you're gonna move to Australia, and like, so for example me, if I move back to Australia, then I'm gonna have to know a few other people, because I never want to be by myself. I never want to have no friends. Like that's a really shitty experience where you can't hang out with a boy at least once a week. If you're not hanging out with your friend at least once a week, or at least going to like a sports class where you get to see your friends a couple times a week, which is what I've been doing lately at my boxing gym. You go there, you laugh, you chat some shit, then yeah, you're kind of like scamming yourself, bro. You're not going to live as good of a life. Honestly, I was terrified of going to this boxing gym. Genuinely, I'm really unathletic. Like, I'm a big fucking clumsy dude. I'm like a really big guy. I've been lifting weights and shit, but before I did that, I've always just been fucking like atrocious at sports, bro. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm just really unathletic. Way more than you would expect as well. People would like not look at me, deep voice, quite big guy, like they would never guess, oh, this guy's unathletic, right? Well, I am. And honestly, I was terrified to go to the boxing gym. And I said, okay, I'm gonna go, it's Sunday today, and I was like, I'm gonna go on Tuesday. When Tuesday came, I procrastinated a whole week and went the Tuesday after, and I only got them, like, I was really scared to do this. I didn't take the initiative immediately, which I was disappointed in. Obviously, like, my social skills was already there, but I wanted to do this experiment and get this experience to tell you, and obviously I wanted to transcend in my boxing skills. And so when I actually went, it was actually after I stopped talking to a girl I really liked, and I had a bit of heartbreak motivation, and I understand that. But like, the whole point that I'm trying to make here is I was terrified to go, and when I finally committed, all right, I'm just gonna fucking go. And I went. It was kind of ass for the first day, I'm not gonna lie. It was like, but it wasn't anywhere as bad as I expected. It was just in my mind. It was my fear if these people are gonna laugh when I really clumsily do my burpees. Or like, I remember on the second workout, when I was doing the burpees, I was kind of going down, and I was I don't really know how to describe this, but instead of jumping, I was just putting one leg at a time, basically an easy variation. Nobody said anything to me. I mean, it was clear that I was sweating balls and I was trying hard. And within a few weeks, I was getting like a lot of credit. Like, you know, the coach is saying, good job, you're improving. I feel like I've been improving. Obviously, I've also been talking and like having a laugh recently, but like at the start I was so scared of my ability. But I realized that when you go to a sports club, especially, this is why I fuck with boxing and martial arts so much, everybody there was like usually not very talented. So that's usually why they joined a martial arts gym, because most of the guys who go there are actually like pretty unathletic, probably have a really similar experience to you, maybe not as unathletic as me, where the point where I like basically I remember I got to the point where I couldn't even do a push-up again because I gained a lot of weight. Like I can do push-ups again now at my weight, which is like, I mean, it's probably fucking normal that I should be able to do that. I've been going to the gym for a while, but like my athleticism is truly really bad, even though I've been working super hard on this for a long time. And so that really, like, my fear of going to sports clubs has always been massive. But as soon as I got there, I got so much help. Every one of the boys, like, really, all I did was I kept being the nice guy I am and being friendly. And I got a lot of respect for trying, People didn't make fun of me, oh, he's trying. Like, and if somebody at some point had said something to me, which maybe has happened once or twice, I would just say, like, or I remember we were light sparring and this guy's going hard. I was like, yo bro, you're going a little hard. And he was easy. Like everybody there is really nice. I actually got my ass kicked in sparring one night. But the guy literally stopped when my nose was bleeding. He was like, yeah, I don't want to continue. You'd be so surprised at how nice people are. Like obviously you got to get the right gym. I understand that. But if you go to a gym and you're a nice guy and you just stand up for yourself if something goes too far, which it won't. Like if you're not the coaches probably won't let you spar for the first few months anyways, then you're completely chill. The worst I ever got is someone laughing at me. But that's my friends, like they're not laughing at me. They're like, it's just funny, They're not trying to insult me. They're just finding it funny. So I've genuinely come to the point where if I go to the boxing gym tonight, I'm super fucking excited. I love boxing. Like I love being with these boys and laughing and hanging out with them. Click the link in the description if you want my personal step-by-step guide on how to make good friends. Keep your eye open. I'm gonna be releasing only a certain amount of mentorship positions in the future, and I don't want anyone to miss out on that. If they really want like a mentorship, I'm gonna make a really good offer. It's coaching. It's basically me saying I guarantee you to make I'm gonna clarify the offer, but it's if you don't make this certain amount of friends or you don't get to this point in your social life within a month, you get a full refund. And keep your eye out for that in the next few videos. Have a good day, bro. Take care.